affordability. Now, fourth pillar, which has been added by WHO, that drugs should be affordable. So on these issues, we have to debate heavily for 2 days, and I'm sure this kind of gathering can give the right direction at a national level, at a global level. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for your very valuable and thoughtful insights towards shaping the national and global strategies towards drug regulation and pharmacopoeial harmonization in homeopathy. And ladies and gentlemen, shortly we are also going to be witnessing another historic moment when we have the MOU, which is going to be signed between an international organization and two of our Indian companies, Indian organizations. But to give you a certain more insights into this MOU, I would like to request respected Joint Secretary Ayush, Shri Anil K. Ganeriwala first to share what this MOU is all about. Thank you.
Honorable Minister of Ayush, Shri Shripad Yasonayak ji, respected Secretary, Shri Ajit Mohan Sharan ji, Dr. Handa, President of Scientific Body of our PCIM&H, Dr. Robert Haslin, Dr. J.P. Bonneman, WHO representatives Dr. Madhur Gupta, Dr. Kim, distinguished delegates from India and abroad, doyens of homeopathic industry, friends from media and press. It is indeed a matter of great honor and privilege for me to be part of this inaugural function of this very unique forum. Ministry of Ayush, ever since its coming into existence as Department of Ayush way back in 1995, is committed to scientific development of Ayush systems. There are 7 systems which are covered under the ministry's domain: Ayurveda, Yoga Naturopathy, Unani, Siddha and Sovarikpa, and Homeopathy. Sovarikpa is a recent entry. That is a system of medicine which is practiced across Himalayas in India. The department was elevated to the Ministry of Ayush in November 2014, and India perhaps is the only country in the world which has a separate ministry on traditional medicines. This elevation has added more momentum and independence to Ayush sector, and the steps to promote these sciences nationally as well as globally are being taken up under the dynamic and visionary leadership of our Honorable Minister, Shri Shripad Yasonayak ji, and a very strong leadership of very, I would say, revolutionary ideas by our respected Secretary, Shri Ajit Mohan Sharan ji. Dr. Manchanda has already briefed you that in last 2 years of his stay, he has brought out absolutely paradigm shift in the functioning of the ministry to bring more and more science into all these systems, and more credibility as well. International cooperation in health not only ensures unified growth across countries, but also facilitates to and fro flow of information and expertise. Our ministry has been enabling international dialogues, establishing international chairs of Ayush systems in different universities, in different countries, and entering number of country-to-country MOUs with so many countries. Hosting international seminars, workshops is one of the primary mandates of the ministry under international cooperation. Not long before, we were host to the 9th International Regulatory Cooperation for Herbal Medicines meeting. It was in November last year, which led to very meaningful deliberations, and it was basically in active collaboration with WHO. Now, this forum, organized on similar lines, would prove to be, I am certain, another feather in the international hat of Ministry of Ayush. Over the last decade, Central Council for Research in Homeopathy has gained more international visibility, more credibility, owing to their scientific achievements. and their mutual cooperation with so many research establishments across the globe. So far, Council has entered 5 agreements with universities or institutions of countries like Mexico, UK, Armenia, Canada, and Argentina for development and cooperation in the field of homeopathy. Friends, I'm very glad to share with you all that today, on this auspicious occasion, you will be witness to yet another exchange of MOUs among Homeopathic Pharmacopoeia Convention of the United States and 2 Indian organizations under the Ministry of Ayush, that is Central Council for Research in Homeopathy and Pharmacopoeia Commission for Indian Medicine and Homeopathy. This MOU aims at harmonized development of drug monographs, which will be pursued between HPCUS and PCIM&H, and joint research initiatives, which will be a combined endeavor of HPCUS and our CCRH, among other objectives. I believe that such agreements are bound to provide a much-needed impetus to the drug industry and eventually improve the quality of products through a standardized approach. I urge other pharmacopoeial organizations, such as European, French, German, British, and Brazilian, to take forward this step by entering similar agreements for global harmonization of pharmacopoeias. Talking of this unique 2-day conference, I congratulate the efforts of CCRH and World Integrated Medicine Forum in making this unique event possible. I am pleasantly surprised to see that they could organize this multinational gathering. I think perhaps one of the largest I have seen, at least in my last 4.5 years stay here. In such a short time, I am hopeful that this forum will be the pioneer in setting the stage for development of future strategies for better regulatory provisions for homeopathic medicines worldwide, which in turn will ensure wider access to this gentle system of healthcare. With these words, I once again thank all of you for your kind presence and compliment Dr. Manchanda and his entire team for this great event. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your views on the forum and updating us also about the MOU. And now, in the presence of the Honorable Minister, we have the exchange of the MOU. From HPCUS, we already have Dr. J.P. Bornemann present here on the stage. From CCRH, Dr. R.K. Manchanda. And would like to invite here Dr. Rajiv Sharma from PCIM&H. So this is furthering bonds of equal partnership and international cooperation between 3 organizations here, between Homeopathic Pharmacopoeia Convention of US. We have the Central Council for Research in Homeopathy and PCIM&H, the Pharmacopoeia Commission for Indian Medicine and Homeopathy. Thank you and congratulations. And now, ladies and gentlemen, bringing you the global perspective on the MOU, I would like to request Dr. J.P. Bornemann, the President of the Homeopathic Pharmacopoeia, as he shares the vision behind the MOU.
Honorable Minister of State, Ministry of Ayush, Naik, Secretary Sharan, Joint Secretary Ganarawala, Director General of the Health Services Prasad, Dr. Khurana, and esteemed guests. I'm honored to be here today on behalf of the Homeopathic Pharmacopoeia of the United States, or as we call it in the United States, the HPCUS. As president of HPCUS, I'd first like to acknowledge the Honorable Minister of State, Secretary Sharan, Joint Secretary Ganarawala, and Dr. Prasad, Director General of Health Services. I would also acknowledge a fellow HPCUS Board Director, Dr. Todd Hoover, as well as HPCUS member Robert Van Haslen. And especially, I would like to recognize Dr. Raj Manchanda, Director General of the Secretary of the Central Council for Research in Homeopathy under the ministry, and the research leader at the Liga. It is with gratitude that I thank him for all of his contributions to this memorandum between the Indian government and the HPCUS, and for the creation of quite an impressive forum for us today. When Drs. Manchanda and Van Haslen first discussed the possibility of a memorandum of understanding between the HPCUS and the ministry, we at HPCUS were very intrigued by the potential of such partnership. HPCUS is a unique body, inasmuch as it is responsible for the preparation of the Homeopathic Pharmacopoeia of the United States, an official compendium within the meaning of the Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act in the United States. And yet the HPCUS itself is a non-governmental organization comprised of private citizens. This is a unique structure throughout the world where an official compendium is recognized by a federal government, but produced by the people who are regulated by it. So it is a special responsibility that the HPCUS has to bring scientific rigor, established safety standards, and best practices. And in the United States, the appellation HPUS on a label means that the medicine is manufactured to the highest possible standards. Homeopathy in the United States throughout its history has been influenced by other parts of the world, England, Germany, France. And so international collaboration is part of the DNA of the HPCUS. It's always been our point of view in the United States that other parts of the world can bring great richness and scientific rigor to the HPCUS. It's from that point of view that we come to this MOU, because we believe it's important for Americans to have the participation of the world, and now of India, in the process. We hope that this collaboration will result in technically strong, historically grounded, and the best science possible as we create what we hope may be the beginning of a global cooperation for the regulatory framework for homeopathic medicines created by homeopaths. We thank everyone for their hospitality, and we look very forward to working together to create a mutual success that good work can bring. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for sharing with us the vision behind the MOU. In fact, beginning to many new beginnings. Thank you, sir. And now requesting respected Secretary, Shri Ajit M. Sharan, for his views on this occasion.
Honorable Minister of Ayush, Shri Shripad Yeshu Nayak ji, Dr. Borneman, Dr. Manchanda, Dr. Handa, Dr. Robert Van Haslen, Director of this forum, my colleagues from the ministry, international dignitaries from across the world, regulators, pharmacopoeia experts, representatives from WHO, industrialists and experts from India and all over. A very good morning to all of you. It is indeed a matter of great privilege for us in the Ministry of Ayush and CCRH to be hosting this very, I would say, illustrious gathering of experts here today. This is a forum which was long awaited, and this gathering, I think, will go a long way in not, I would suppose, resolving the issues, but at least clarifying the issues and setting the agenda for the next few years in terms of what needs to be done to set the regulatory framework in place which is conducive to the growth of homeopathy, to the practice of homeopathy and the practice and the growth of the homeopathy industry across the world. Representatives from regulatory and industry sector from as many as 25 countries sitting together to discuss the issues concerning homeopathy regulations and the drug market is not something which happens every day. As I said, we have regulators, policymakers, industrialists, pharmacists, practitioners from all over, and the program which has been listed out for over the next 2 days is very, very exhaustive and covers almost every aspect of the regulatory regime. I compliment Dr. Robert van Hasseleen, who has been working on this and guiding us for more than a year now to set this, the agenda for these 2 days. The fact that this forum has happened and with such overwhelming participation talks highly of the need of more interactions among the stakeholders of the drug regulatory system. There are a lot of issues that need to be exchanged among the stakeholders. Homeopathy is an organized sector in India, thanks to its early advent and to the great efforts by the Indian homeopathic community. But the regulatory provisions still need more strengthening. Lack of a well-defined and well-adhered regulatory framework can be a deterrent in the growth of the system. The Ministry of Ayush is therefore open to the voice of experience that will be expressed in this forum through the seasoned regulators and the industrialists that we have here. Traditional systems of medicine, including homeopathy today, are recognized as the potential reservoir of solutions for emerging health problems. The reason is simple, that in spite of tremendous medical advancements, the scope of conventional medicine remains limited in the management of chronic lifestyle-related diseases. On the other hand, traditional systems and homeopathy have a long history of use by the communities. It is time-tested for its efficacy and safety. It is holistic in application and is accessible to people at all times within the physical and financial reach. By virtue of its holistic approach towards health and disease, homeopathy has an edge in dealing with health problems with primary prevention of diseases by managing risk factors and determinants of health. Emerging spectrum of lifestyle diseases is a big health challenge across the world, as these kinds of diseases, they are multifactorial and multidimensional and not manageable with single molecule drugs. However, the approach of homeopathy is capable of preventing and managing these chronic and lifestyle problems like diabetes, arthritis, hypertension, allergic disorders such as respiratory and skin allergies, autoimmune disorders, and even cancers, and can weaken the disease influence with individualized lifestyle modulation, improvement in diet, and healthy interaction with the environment. In view of the efficacy of homeopathy, especially in such diseases, there is a need to address the challenge pertaining to regulations and or distribution of homeopathic medicinal products. I am sure this forum would provide an apt platform for extensive deliberations of the problem areas and to find constructive solutions to meet the challenges. When we interact with drug regulators of our country, they probably need to be a little more sensitized for homeopathy-related regulations. I'm sure the situation prevails in many other countries, as I experienced in the first technical session here today. I'm looking forward to the multinational delegation, the views expressed over the next 2 days as to how we can resolve this conundrum relating to regulations. At the same time, the promotion of these systems also needs to be backed up with enough data on scientific validation and quality assurance. We are, in the Ministry of Ayush, making efforts to enable researchers, practitioners, as well as manufacturers to incentivize them in creating this scientific database. We have a number of schemes for incentives for participation of our various stakeholders in international conferences, exhibitions, workshops, research projects, etc., and even for registration of Ayush products, which is a major issue in many countries, so that we have a more diversified regime. We look forward to more opportunities to enhance our import and export of raw material and finished products of homeopathy, as well as a better exchange of regulatory and technical know-how. In the end, I urge all the present here to take this forum as a starting point to work together to make homeopathy a more evolved and accessible system to the world. Each of us in our own ways is capable enough to bring about this change, and I'm hopeful that sooner than later, homeopathy will not only become a well-recognized system in the world, but also a well-regulated one. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your views on the importance and the role of homeopathy, especially in these changing times when we have sedentary lifestyles and other various environmental conditions. And also thank you, sir, for the guidance to the forum. Ladies and gentlemen, the website of the Central Council for Research in Homeopathy is going a revamp, a new look, becoming more informative and more in times and more as per the Digital India initiative. So we now have the launch of the new website of CCRH, and I would like to request the Honourable Minister to please launch the website. I would like to invite the Honourable Minister at the podium for the launch of the website, and Dr. Kanupriya is going to be further updating us about the features of this new website.
Thank you so much. A very good morning to all of you. Realizing the recognition of electronic governance as an important goal by governments world over, Indian government has also laid a lot of emphasis on anytime, anywhere delivery of government services. Websites have thus become the most important medium. To meet this requirement of Government of India, guidelines for websites have been framed with an objective to make the Indian government websites conform to the essential prerequisites of the triple U trichology, that is usable, user-centric, and universally accessible. It's a happy moment for CCRH to launch its new dynamic website after revamping the existing static website as per the GIGW compliance. This website in itself is a complete reserve of information about the organization, infrastructure, manpower, functioning, research projects and achievement of the Council and its networks of institutes and units all over the India. It's rightly the face of the Council, which outlays information pertaining to findings in various facets of homeopathic research carried out by the Council in drug standardization, clinical verification, drug proving, clinical research, and fundamental and collaborative research. In this e-era, the Council has also made access to e-journals, e-bookshop, and various other features. Important tabs include the Students' Council, the Epidemics, the Indian Journal of Research in Homeopathy, which is a free access journal, links to various other important web pages of the Ministry of Ayush and Ministry of Health, and various other social media icons through which the website is connected through our own Facebook, Twitter pages, and YouTube channels. I now take this opportunity to invite our core team behind this great venture, our Director General Sir, our Deputy Director General Sir, Dr. O.P. Verma, Mrs. Meenakshi Bhatia, and Mr. Pradeep Kumar, amongst all other scientists of the Council. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Anupriya, and thank you to the Honourable Minister for launching the website. We're sure it's going to be informative to everyone. And now requesting and inviting the Honourable Minister for his inaugural address, Shri Shripad Yesu Naik ji.
Dignitaries on dais, Sri Ajitam Sharanji, Secretary, Ministry of Ayush, Dr. J.P. Bormanji, President, the Homoeopathic Pharmacopoeia of United States, Sri Anil K. Gaderewala ji, Joint Secretary, Ministry of Ayush, Government of India, Professor S.S. Handa ji, Chairman, Scientific Body Pharmacopoeia Commission for India, Dr. Robert Van Asselen, Director, World Integrated Medicine Forum, Dr. Raj K. Manchanda ji, Director General, Central Council for Research in Homeopathy, Mr. S. Soren ji, Dr. Khurana ji, respected drug regulators of homeopathy and traditional medicine from Germany, France, Croatia, Cuba, Sri Lanka, eminent representative from WHO, pharmacopoeia experts from USA, Germany, France, India, and Brazil, and leading pharmaceutical industries from Germany, France, Belgium, United States, Japan, Hong Kong, Dr. Robert Van Asselen, Director of World Integrated Medicine Forum, state regulators, industrialists, and experts from various parts of India, and my colleague from Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Ministry of Ayush, National Medicinal Plant Board, Pharmacopoeia of Commission for Indian Medicine and Homeopathy, Drug Collector General of India and Central Council for Research in Homeopathy. It is indeed a unique mix of audience I'm addressing today. I'm delighted to be in your company, and I see this forum as an outcome of a true effort to bring about a difference in regulatory issues that concern homeopathic medicinal products. India, as you all know, is like the second home to the homeopathy. In the independent India, the resolution for acceptance and recognition of homeopathy in the government was unanimously adopted on 7th February 1948. With specific policies and guided approach, the Indian government has eventually strengthened the homeopathy infrastructure and processes in the country. Ministry of Ayush has specified mandate of promotion and propagation of the homeopathy in the country and across the world. In India, homeopathy has been well institutionalized, and I am glad to inform you that we have 235 homeopathic hospitals, more than 8,000 clinics in public sector, almost 300,000 practitioners, 195 undergraduate and 43 postgraduate medical college affiliated to various universities. Most of our production plan are GMP compliant and adhere to policies related to quality, packaging, and distribution. All these manufacturing units are bounded by the drug and cosmetic law, and their renewal of licenses depend upon the regular quality check and thorough inspections. Central Council of Research in Homeopathy, besides undertaking high-quality research, is providing technical input for homeopathic pharmacopoeia and drug regulation through the periodical meeting of the Homeopathic Pharmacopoeia Committee and Drug Technical Advisory Board, respectively. However, taking of status of homeopathy in the world, I feel that the true potential of homeopathy remains largely unexplored and therefore underutilized in public health worldwide. Partly, it is due to lack of availability of homeopathic medicine or stringent or non-existent regulatory provision for this medicine. I have come to understand that from some Indian homeopathy practitioners that they have patients in various parts of the world, but they face a problem in sending them the medicine they need. What adds to the problem is that those medicines are not even available in those countries, so they cannot simply buy on advice. What do such patients who want to be treated with homeopathic medicine do in such cases? Patients who are in the ultimate beneficiaries of the treatment modality have an important role to play. They are actually the voice no government can ignore. And I'm proud to see that the world over, the patients are now increasingly becoming aware of their rights, and their efforts are key to the development of the homeopathy.